Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Kiodiekin. Thank you for tuning in on this lovely evening. We got some special guests that I will be introducing here on the channel. I know we have Twisted Gaming TV, which is Chris. You guys know he did some reviews earlier this month on the first edition of Killer Instinct for Arcade1up. It also has Battletoads. And we also have Super King 64. Both of them will be joining us tonight. Now, originally, we were supposed to be streaming last year during some Arcade1up announcements, but my internet went down the same day we were supposed to stream. I don't know what in the world happened that day. I was very frustrated, but finally had got it fixed. And then, of course, we had a lot of other things happening. But today, all three of us have finally got together to just go ahead and go live at the spur of the moment. So we have some interesting topics that we're going to talk to all of you today. Mostly all, of course, about gaming, but primarily just wanted to have them on the channel, have them introduce themselves, and then, of course, we're just going to get into the fun of it. Just talk about gaming and all one up and some of the competitions going online. So without further ado, we have Twisted Chris and we also have Super King 64. What's going on, fellas?
What up? What up, man?
What's
Not
up,
much.
guys? What's up?
Not much. Just glad you guys were able to join in tonight. I know we've been trying to meet for the past year and a half. We've been in a chat together and stuff. So thank you for joining.
Yes, sir. We don't get to see your pretty face tonight, or what?
No, man, I didn't put my makeup on tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't get in the makeup chair. I didn't get my hair done.
You can use the mask though, with the light up mask you got.
Oh,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool. That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
You can use that with the Kobe, showing off Kobe.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. So, Chris, thanks for joining, man. So tell us about your.
There you go.
There you go, man.
Keo made that.
I messed up. I need to get one now, so we can do that all together at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a lot of interest on those lately. If you guys are wondering what those are Kiodiekin hobby mask or pyro shields or whatnot. They're really good. I've been getting a lot of good compliments on those, and got some more orders coming in. So, Chris, Twisted Gaming TV, thanks for joining. So, tell us a little bit about you, your channel. What do you love about gaming?
Well, I've been gaming since I was 5, so that would be 1985. First system, NES, and my grandma introduced that system to me. She just had it and started playing Duck Hunt. So that's what started my gaming stuff. Was big into the arcades in the 90s when I was a teenager. And, I've had every freaking system you could think of, most likely. Probably except for the Neo Geo, because they were pretty pricey back in the day, so I didn't get those. But no Sega, though. I didn't get into Sega systems until probably the Sega CD, I think.
Okay.
And then they had, the stupid 32X, which was a piece of junk. But other than that, been gaming since then. Now collecting and getting way out of control with my collection, probably about maybe 3.5 years ago. So, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Do you still have any of your original consoles that you purchased or were given to you?
Yeah, I still have my original NES from my grandma's, and I also have the case that came from her house with the original games in there also, like Dick Tracy, of course, Mario, and some other ones, probably Track and Field. Jackal, that was a good game.
Jackal?
Yep.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was where you're in like a little Jeep and stuff, and you're looking down on it, and you're shooting.
Two players, right?
2 players.
Yeah, I believe so.
It's like Contra on wheels. Wheels.
Yeah.
It's like Contra on wheels. That's pretty good.
that was a good game. But I got that and everything else. No. When I was a teenager and I moved out, I threw away all
the grading stuff. I know you do.
Yeah, the graded stuff.
Chris, what's up with the grading stuff?
The grading stuff. Well, it was before it got, way out of hand, and then, Wada Games got called out on all their, their crap they were doing with heritage auctions. That's when it went sour. Because, here's how the grading went. Before, it was just like if you had a nice graded game or nice game sealed, it was a protection thing. You're like, oh, man, they started this whole thing, and it was cool at first. Okay, and then I got into a lot of grading stuff. And then when they combined them with heritage auctions where they, sell the graded games for stupid prices, then it got like, wow, because, $300,000, $400,000, then you get $1 million sold game is like, wow.
Right.
And then I keep seeing all the crazy stuff on eBay. And I had all these graded games. I had like even Grand Theft Auto. San Andreas, Vice City. I saw what the worth was. I was like, okay, so I can either look at the San Andreas and Vice City, graded copy I had, and I had high grades sitting on the shelf, or I could sell them, get the money, and buy more arcade machines that I actually play. And that's what I started doing it at the time. I had the world's highest grade existent of Killer Instinct Gold for the Nintendo 64. I sold that thing for $6,000, $6,000. It was a 9.6 A++. Now the highest you can go is a 9.8 A++, but very rare, and especially on cardboard games. And
Right.
the guy offered me $6,000. I only had $250 in it, so I was like, okay, I could just look at it for the next 10 years, or I could sell it and buy the NBA Jam and have money extra. That's what paid for that.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
So let me ask you. Typically, like with comic books, trading cards, and things of that nature, the price is determined by somebody bidding on an auction and actually getting it at that price. Why was there such a huge jump in price
on the games, graded games? Because the comic people, it's all because of them. The comic collectors saw a niche in the gaming, and they started buying up everything, grading it, and that's what drove everything to hell, is the comic people. Because comic collectors, they got a lot of money. A lot of them are millionaires.
Do you think like when the retro came into YouTube, that influenced it too? Because I used to hear like, oh, Angry Video Game Nerd and these other guys from the retro community brought, doing these reviews have brought prices up.
It could be, but I have noticed that since Wada has, that one guy, I forgot what his name, called Wada out and, about all the heritage crap and all that stuff, that the games I sold, like the Grand Theft Autos I sold for extreme prices,
right?
They're not going for that right now. Now, a San Andreas graded, it might go for $1,200 right now. Okay. I sold mine for one of them I sold for $3,000. A Vice City I sold for $2,400. You go on eBay right now, and they're not as high as when I sold mine, thank God. But and then I sold a Twisted Metal Black that was graded. It was a 9.8 A+. I sold it for $4,000 or $4,500. Twisted Metal Black.
That game was great.
And I had $150 in it. And I was like, holy shit, I hit the gold mine. And the funny thing is, I still have a lot. Of graded games sitting in the case over there. I'm like,
you inspire me, man. It makes me want to get some graded games because that's pretty awesome that you're turning around and getting these cabinets with them. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and at first I was like, people were doing this, because games are supposed to be played and all that bullshit. But I started buying the sealed games before the graded stuff because I wanted to hold a sealed copy like I did in the 90s.
Okay.
When I bought it. Because there's a lot of memories of.
Are you finding more value in the sealed copies or the special edition games?
No, sealed copies are worth the most. Believe it or not, the games that are worth the most money are NES sealed copies.
Okay. Right.
Wow.
But it's hard finding the stuff though that's not graded, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna give you $6,000 for a Killer Instinct Gold graded. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? But if there's another idiot out there that wants to say, hey, I'll give you $5,000 for this, go right ahead, Buttercup. Because wow, I'm just being honest, you know what I mean? But at first I was like, man, these turds are doing this and that, and it's like, well, I guess you can call me a turd now, but
did you go back? Like, if I would do something like that, I would take part of that money and just buy a cheap copy just to have the game and then still get the $6,000.
Oh yeah. Well, see, everything I have sealed though, I have 3 or 4 copies. I have I have probably 10 copies of San Andreas. I mean,
so that won't hurt you when you get rid of it. You're like, I still got the game.
oh yeah, I still
Just
got
get
the
the
game.
money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But like when it comes to Rockstar stuff, I got an addiction to their crap. You know, I mean, I got a lot of rare stuff that people don't have, kind of like the GTA Vice City Neon.
Right.
You know, I traded that for a Nintendo 64. Well, I didn't trade that, but I had the Nintendo 64 fiber optic y'all seen before, the signage or whatever. Well, I traded that, which was worth about $2,000 at the time,
Okay.
and I got the GTA Vice City Neon, which is worth about 10 to 15 grand easy, like easy, because there's only known 5, 10 in the world that were made. So, but I can't sell that. I don't care if it's worth 50 grand. That's my baby right there.
Did you get a sealed copy of the new one, the definitive edition, just for the future?
Yeah, of course.
Did you get it graded yet? Are you going to?
The new games I would grade or something in the future, because I don't see the grading crap going away, unless the company's just die in the wind. But like new stuff I wouldn't grade, but I do have a couple of rare PS4 games that I do have graded because they're rare, because they're not in the digital store anymore. They took it off. It was it was one of the football games. I believe on PS4. I can't remember. No, it was a golf game. Dang, I don't. It came out a few years ago.
Okay.
But they took it off, and it made it valuable. You know.
So I know it's kind of a little bit on the same subject a little bit, but let me ask both of you: what are your opinions on digital games? You know, whether they're on PlayStation or Xbox versus a hard copy, because I know the community now gaming has really changed to where, obviously with NES, SNES, and all the old Sega systems, you buy a game, it's yours. You know, you buy it, it's yours. Now, because gaming requires some type of online connectivity and the game can be manipulated and changed, like Destiny is going through so many different overhauls. What are your opinions now on hard copy versus digital?
You want to go first, King?
Sure. I'll go first. Yeah, it's tough, man. You know, I'm definitely a hybrid collector. Like, I like the physical copies, but it's also space too. You know, I told you, I and Chris, I got the EverDrive, so I definitely have like the whole library in one cartridge. But like some of my childhood favorites, I still want the physical cartridge just cause, like GoldenEye 007, or like for Super Nintendo, I would still like a physical cartridge, but just a handful. I can't go out and buy the library now because they got super expensive. Like to get an entire collection of any retro consoles, it's just super expensive. So I pretty much settled for the EverDrive, so I could just grab the library and then just have a handful of the physical stuff. The DLC, I like it, but it depends on the game, because for the Nintendo Switch, it's pretty convenient. You don't got to switch out cartridges. You're on the go. Fine, I could do some digital games there, but I kind of like to collect both. I hope. I mean, I know the future is pretty much they're going to be pushing digital down our throat, and eventually they're going to try to get rid of physical. I just don't see it happening when you got these companies like what's the name of those companies that are like releasing these limited edition runs? Limited
run.
Yeah. So you're always gonna have a company trying to cash out with that. So I think always have physical. But yeah, I hate the whole thing with being online. That whole thing that Xbox got caught for doing on the 360 that you was just talking about, that it checks if you're online. What's that thing called again? So tip of my tongue. But
DRM, some type of notice or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So that sucks. You know, my opinion ain't never going to change about that. Like, I shouldn't have to be subscribed to your subscription to play these games that I bought. Or if you gave it to me for free and then I run out of a membership, I should still be able to play it because at one point I earned that. You know, I'm not earning the current month, but let me play it until I renew my subscription. That's all.
Cool. Chris, what about you?
I like physical stuff. One of the things I do like, but this goes back into the day though. You know, I like the physical stuff with like the Nintendo 64, the PlayStation, and all that. You know, because you can put a game in and you don't have to worry about no updates. You just get right into it. You know what I mean? Now, I know why a lot of stuff is digital because, I mean, there, and it's sad to say the reason why there doesn't even need to be physical, even though I want it to be, is because the games are too damn big. They can't even fit on a disc. It's impossible these days. Back in the day, PlayStation, Nintendo 64, you know, all the retro systems, all those games, you know, we weren't in 4K and everything, right? And they could all fit on there. There's no way you can put a 4K at 8K game on a damn disc. So,
and it doesn't run as fast either.
Yeah, and you buy a physical, right? You're just putting the damn disc in. You can download, you know, 80 more gigabytes of, you know what I mean?
Wasn't it Call of Duty that's like over 100 gigs or something like that?
It's more than that.
It's like 300 gigabytes now.
Yeah.
Wow. Something like that.
Yeah.
So even they were talking about even the console that you have. What is it, like the original? What is it, the Xbox One or something? Like I think the basic hard drive. I can't remember what the basic hard drive was, but even still, if you had the basic system or whatever, the game was so big it wouldn't even fit on it.
Well, see, it's just like, you know, my PlayStation 5. You know, it's what is it? It comes with 820 or 850 gigabytes, not even a terabyte. You know, and he'll already have a 2 terabyte internal expansion memory in there, just to, you know. So I don't have to delete games to, you know, put in there.
True.
So
well, I know a couple of reasons from a technological standpoint why they decided to do it. You can't get the loading times, the speed that you want to out of a disc. So that's why so like if you're using an SSD drive to have it load, so that's why they have those special hard drives for the new Xboxes and the PlayStation. It loads faster directly from an SSD drive or from a disc versus a drive. I remember years ago I was playing Gears of War 2 on my Xbox 360, and this is before you could even load the game onto the hard drive with Xbox 360. Playing straight from the disc would cause lag because it was reading the disc, and sometimes the disc would kind of freeze up a little bit or take some time. So that would affect overall game performance and even playing online. Whereas now you don't have that bottleneck. So you're getting faster throughputs, being able to load all that additional data with the bigger hard drive and with the SD cable and interface with the drives.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
The
only other problem that I have with it is now the gaming industry has taken the stance to say you don't own the games, even though you buy them, you really don't own them, and that's what I really have a problem with.
Yeah, because they can take them off the stores anytime.
Didn't they just do that with Grand Theft Auto? I heard that there was something about that with the definitive edition, that even though the PC owners bought it, you can't. They like took it away from you, and they like offering a gift, like a consolation prize. I've heard something like that on Spawn Wave today.
Well, those games always had problems. When the definitive edition with Grand Theft Auto came out, that had issues, but I saw this as a problem like many years ago. Back, I don't know if you guys remember gaming. What was it? Gaming TV used to come on Tech TV with Adam Sessler. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh yeah, G4.
Oh yeah,
with those guys. So and they did a study. This was back when PC gaming was still kind of new. It moved right out of the dial-up phase into DSL, and they went to the stores to buy some old computer games, and some of them were online only, and they were wondering like why were these games still in the store and there was nobody to play online. And I kind of saw it then, but going into it now, where if the company's going to offer you a game and they're going to discontinue the servers, like it happened with EA a few years ago. Like I lost all of my Command and Conquer General stats. They erased all their servers, so you can't play those games online. Like all those games that I bought from like 2003, 2004,
Yeah.
2005, all those servers are pretty much gone
I,
unless you run your own server or
I remember
manipulate the
we
game.
were trying to play some of those games last year, the EA, and we couldn't play
Yeah,
them.
like NBA Jam was the NBA
Yeah,
Jam Live on Xbox 360. That was another game. So you can't even play that game online anymore. And
it's
that's the
horrible.
one with the updated graphics with Kobe and like Pau Gasol on the Lakers, all gone.
Well, since we're on that realm of like DLC and all that other stuff, I mean, one thing that pushes me to like play the arcades and just go to the retro stuff is that every time you turn on these systems, there's a system update. I mean, sometimes I only got like an hour to play games.
Right, right,
I don't
right.
want to wait an hour for a system update. So I'll just be like, you know what? I'm gonna just turn on the arcade, or I'm just gonna play Super Nintendo or something. And I
Yep.
love all retro and modern, but that's like the biggest like turn off when you see the system, oh, system upgrade. All right, forget it. I ain't gonna play tonight. I let it upgrade. I got to the point where my friends were like, oh, let's play this weekend. And it's so sad that it's like, all right, I'm gonna install everything on Monday so it could be ready for the weekend. Like, I shouldn't have to do that. It's like, oh, like Halo Infinite just came out. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna install everything. And then I should be ready in the weekend. Hopefully, there's not another update by then. And then most likely there is another update. It sucks.
Well, see, you make a good point there, because it happened to me a few times where, I was going to go live at this time, right? And I had all my live stuff, just ready to push the button, turn on the damn system, about to go live with Call of Duty, system
Yep.
update, 20 minutes. I'm like, oh shit. So now I had to cancel the whole thing. I had to do it the next day because I was embarrassed, I had to go on my
I can see
YouTube,
that.
delete the stream so nobody saw.
Yeah, it sucks, man. That's horrible.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens, man. So
But you go
that's
to
one thing.
Yeah, but you go to a retro system, you turn it on, you're already playing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I
That's
definitely.
that's the backup. That's the backup.
Yeah.
If they see a system update, all right, going retro today. Let it update.
Yeah.
I'll play retro games.
Yeah, I definitely feel you guys because last year I was like one of the first guys to get the Chronos in, and I was trying to make some tutorials. And every time I wanted to make a tutorial on Call of Duty on Xbox, update, 2 hour update, hour and 45-minute update. I was like, screw this. I had so many people waiting for me to make videos on that, and I said, you know what? I'm just tired of just trying to turn it on, do a controller update, show you guys how some scripts work,
And you
and every
and you
time I
was
gotta wait for like 2 hours.
and you were just talking about a 300 gigabyte game, right? And you got to install that day one. You know you're not playing. You're not gonna be live streaming that.
you're not playing that. Yeah, it sucks. And another thing, the difference between digital and physical also is this. Say you want a physical copy, right? And you
Right.
want to, and it releases that day, right? Well, say if you're ordering it on Amazon, okay? Well, it comes in that day, but the digital's already ready. I mean,
Yeah.
you can already go ahead and buy it and have it already downloading the day before. So the people that have the digital copy, right, gets to play it first. Because the physical people have to load the disc and download all the BS. And what's crazy is there's no damn price difference.
Yeah.
It's like the digital, it should be cheaper.
Yeah,
True.
I actually saw the defense to that. Somebody defending it, saying that it's the convenience that you ain't got to go to GameStop. You get to just be on your boxes and just download it and play. You ain't got to pay a cab to go get it or gas if you're driving yourself.
That's true, because a physical copy, you can't play that game till that disc is entered.
It's just it does have to be fair though, because you think about it. If it was cheaper, then they're going to be hurting themselves. Nobody's going to buy the physical copy. Only the diehards.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. Yeah.
So it's like they got to keep it fair. So I get it. It sucks though. I do agree.
Yeah.
A physical copy to me is worth more than a digital copy.
Yeah.
But that's definitely that. Yeah, the price point. I think $70. Some of these games now touch $70, so it's going to be $70 physical and digital. So
see, if you notice though, on like the PS5 games, they'll be $69 or whatever when the first day they release. In like 2 weeks, I mean, those prices drop all the time. I mean, there's games that released a month ago that's like $29 or $30, and they were $70 at one time.
Yeah, they usually do that around Black Friday. All the game
Well,
prices drop. I mean, I don't
why
understand
do you
either
think
why.
why do you think I buy them all?
Yeah. No, but another good reason to buy physical is to conserve your storage. Because if you buying digital all the time, your hard drive or your SD card is going to get maxed out real quick. So
Yeah,
I kind of like
but
to conserve it too.
but even still, at that point, you still have to load the game now to the drives. It's not like you're playing it directly from the disc.
Yeah.
True. You. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
For some games, it's like there's still like partial installs. Yeah,
I
but it's
mean,
like a
even if you
whole
have, like,
install.
even now, if you have the actual copy, it's loading the game on the disc, so you're still you're still playing a digital version
Yeah. I mean, look,
of that game.
it's rare now that you get a whole game. All these games are coming out broken. It's like, hey, we'll just patch it next week. Let's just make our money
Yeah,
and we'll just patch it next week. So it's kind of hard to get like a true game. Back in the days when like the Super Nintendo and even the PlayStation in the beginning in that era, these guys were like forced to give you a full game. There was no DLC unless you were
right.
Capcom. Then they want to sell you Super Street Fighter or Super Street Fighter Rainbow Remix Championship Edition. That was like the old way to do DLC back then.
Sweet.
So they kind of pioneered that shit when you think about it. If you look at those games, same thing with the sports games. I mean, it was the same thing. The sports games, they just updated the roster. You had new players every year, but it was the same Madden game.
Same game,
So,
yeah. Now, one plus side though with physical is you can sell them.
Yes.
True. Very true. Yes.
Now, if I had a digital copy of the old San Andreas back in the day, right? I didn't make no money. You know what I mean? Or you can't trade, or you can't do nothing.
I don't know. Keo has some nice 360s for sale before. We were all digital.
yeah.
I don't even know if digital was around at that point.
No.
Yeah, not
I
on
don't think
that.
so.
Yeah. But Chris, tell us. So I know you're the man with the Killer Instinct cab. So what's your experience with that right now? What's it like?
It's good. I haven't touched it in probably maybe 4 days, just because I've been super busy.
Mm-hmm.
When I did the review and then was doing all the speakers and testing all the sound and made all those videos and stuff, I got real busy. Still haven't did the online play, but this was my last day at work for 13 days of vacation. So this week I'm gonna start the online stuff and try it all out. But honestly, it's the emulation on it is, I mean, wow, pretty much how did they do that? Now it looks like crap when you don't have the scan lines on, because it's pixelated, because of the LCD screen. But when you have the scan line option on, man, it looks just like my arcade version, like it's a CRT. It blew me away when I first saw it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure whatever PCB they're using, they just overclock the crap out of it to make it run.
Yeah.
So they definitely found a way to make money out of that, because for the most part, KI, you always needed like a beefy system to run it. So, I mean, is it now right, Keo, that the retropie just with the Pi 4 that runs it like at 60 frames per second?
Well, here's the thing with sometimes it's not so much the device. Like, for example, the Atomic Pi can run it perfectly fine. I don't know the exact specs. I think it's the architecture and how it's made. But from my understanding, like, the Atomic Pi can't run other games as good as the Pi 4. So, but the Atomic Pi can run Killer Instinct, and then of course a number of other games, just fine. But the tricky part about emulation is sometimes it's not always the hardware, but it's the emulator you're using.
True.
So you could have one emulator run something really good, and then you have another emulator that runs something, really bad. Like you could probably, well, I'm not going to say that, but like, for example, the House of the Dead arcade version doesn't run on PC. That's an emulator issue with MAME. That's not PC specs. It has anything to do with that. So, but obviously it looks like Arcade1up is making some progress. At least there.
Yeah.
No, that was a hell of a video, Chris. That video was on point. I like the comparisons.
That took me like 2 days to put that together. because I was a lot of cut this, a lot of paste this, a lot of Photoshop this, where I could,
I was
make
surprised
sense to people,
I was surprised the most with the control panel, like how different it is from the real control panel. I like those little touches. But
yeah, a lot of people don't like it because it's not the original, but I don't know if it has to do with because they had to change it. Maybe because on the original it has Nintendo Midway on it. Maybe.
yeah,
Right.
But another thing somebody pointed out, I didn't even think about it, but on the Arcade1up, why they have the white lines around certain parts, well, that's because for the LED lights, it makes it glow. So that's probably why the white part is on the control panel.
But I was definitely shocked when you were talking about how close the stick is to the buttons when you compare it to the original. So I could see how your hands like kind of like smash each other when you're doing those combos.
And it's just like when I first got on it, like I can go on the KI right now and whoop some ass, right? But then when I get on the Arcade1up, my hands are, the joystick is too close to the damn buttons. It's about 1.5 inches or a little bit more off from the real one, and they just clash. And so I'll be doing a combo, and I'll push the wrong damn button. It's just like a senses to the arcade, the real arcade.
That reminds me too. The Simpsons caps. Have you guys seen the reviews with like the Homer button being too close to the arcade stick? So you see these guys doing the review, and as he's playing with Homer, you're seeing that the guy's left hand is touching his right hand while he's playing with Homer. So I wish they would fix that, but it looks solid otherwise. I mean, if you can only have one way to play it, it's great.
Yeah, my whole thing with like the Arcade1up series just in general, and I know that's the business. I mean, you know what you're getting. It's just too small. I mean, like 17 inches, to really get that enjoyment out of it, it's just small. I mean, especially if you're playing on a cab that has 3 people, 4 people.
I mean, you gotta invest. You gotta invest on it. Like, even though it's expensive as hell. I mean, right now it's like $1,000 for whatever reason, the price. But everybody knows you get an Arcade1. If you're gonna be serious with this thing, you have to upgrade the controls. So you got to put that price into it. You got people throwing in their 20-inch monitors, and those 20-inch monitors, they went up to like $150. So how much are you really paying for the cab at the end of the day? You got to constantly invest in it just to make it right. I mean, that kind of sucks. But
and you know what makes me upset is that when I did the KI review, I was 100% real on that, right? And because people need to know, because I don't want to go on there and say, hey man, these controls are great. This is like the arcade, right? Right? I don't want to do that because somebody's going to listen to me on the channel. They're going to go buy it, right? Open it up. They're going to be pissed off, and they're going to be pissed off at me. That's why I had to be as real as I could. Now, the sad thing is I was trying, how Arcade1up official, their Facebook official company page, when they post up videos, and sometimes they'll post up people's reviews.
Right.
They won't post up mine. I asked. I'm not going to say who I asked, but when I asked, they said, well, I ain't going to say anybody's name, but they said they probably he probably knew what their answer was going to be because I've talked about the controls.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't want that's being a little negative. But I was being a realist though.
Yeah. Well, I would have to say you were probably you're in a very difficult spot, and I'll say why. You're in a difficult spot because one, like even when I get something first, if I'm the first to review something, one, you don't want to put so much of your personal opinion in it because you're doing a product review. You're trying to just say, hey guys, this is what it can do. And then you have a level of you where you want to tell people something, but this is their first hands-on opinion about it. Just hearing it from you. This isn't like I wouldn't say it's more or less like an official review, but you want to kind of be bland about it. Like even when I was at CES and you guys saw me at E3, I didn't say, hey, I like this and I hate this and don't get, I just left it like, hey, this is what it can do. This is what, the performance you're going to get. This is how the spacing is. You're just letting your viewers just get a sense of it. And then, of course, but I think anybody in general getting a 1-up, what is this, 3 years later? You know what you're getting yourself into. You know what button quality that they're going to have on there. You know what it's going to do. So I just think that you were in a very difficult spot to. I mean, obviously, you're going to be you. You're going to be truthful about it. But at the same time, you want to present a new product in its true fashion to people who are interested in it.
Well, see, that's another thing, though. And a lot of people don't understand because they've seen my, smashing Pac-Man and stuff. And everybody's like, why are they giving him a killer instinct? Because he smashed our machine, our company machine, right? But John D was being real when he said that you can't look at that. You got to look at, Chris has the real deal and I don't hold punches. If there's something wrong, and he knew when he sent me that cab, I was going to find issues with it. He knew it. And he still sent it anyways because he wanted a honest review. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. But that was smart though because he
had to makeup on a pig. You know what I mean?
If he can convert you into actually liking it, then that would mean a lot more than just giving it to somebody and just praising it and not saying anything negative.
Yeah, and then you got all these customers pissed off because this YouTuber lied, and there's a lot of people that do that shit.
Yeah,
but I
don't. I do think like Zod, he wrote, if you could pull that up, the controls in the Arcade1up have always been bad. They won't change them for $700. The buttons and sticks should be sandwich hat by default. I think that the sticks have upgraded up to like probably Wave 3. But after that, they just like whatever. Anything that comes out, we're using the same sticks. Like their last monitor, I know Wave 3 brought the BOE monitor. After that, everything is BOE right now. They're not upgrading the monitor anymore. So I don't think, they want to make money. So I really don't see them fixing those buttons. They got to get a profit somewhere. So,
and I second that because I honestly don't see them ever bringing out an Arcade1up with hap controls. They might have some special editions or, the rumored Pro line and have Sandwall or something maybe, but they're never going to have hap in Arcade1up just because, they're just like all companies. You gotta make money. If you're going to spend all this money on these controls and all this, they're not making any money and that company's going to go,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I heard, with the Marvel Superheroes cap, that was the limited edition that had the Sandwall control.
I had it one time.
Yeah, I remember John D in one of the retro streams, he was saying that it was just too expensive, like to just keep doing that. So that was like a one-off. They did it, but I don't see them doing it again.
Well, and see, I agree with you that because they probably did it in that cab to test it, to see how well it sold or whatever. But in everything, they're gonna put Sandwalls and Simpsons and stuff. I mean, give me a break. You know what I mean?
Real quickly, I want to. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say this. I'm, I guess like growing up and everything. So I might as well say that too. Like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, I had them all growing up. So I'm neutral. I'm not a fanboy for either system. And I'll say the same thing for arcades. I'm kind of neutral. I kind of got everybody on deck in my crib. I have, the At Games, the Legend Pro, and I just got the iArcade, like I told you guys. I got the Arcade1up. I even got the Neo Geo arcade stick. So if I want to play any of them, I could jump into them. I would say out of all of them, the best controls, I have to give it to iArcade. That actually feels premium in comparison to anything in the market. Like you build it, it's not even like you can't even move it as easy as Arcade1up. Like it has like floors that you got to push it a little harder to move it around.
I actually have a video on that. I was at Bobby's house. It is pretty solid. I will say it is pretty sturdy.
Man. I mean, I just picked it up with the Black Friday for $300. That alone, I was like, it's a steal. It's worth it for $300. And then I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, back then in Gen 1 for Arcade1up, everybody was running out to buy these $300 cabs just to mod them. Yeah, there was like, I want to mod them. So if you could take the iArcade back to that timeline, everybody would buy the iArcade over the Arcade1up at that time.
Yeah,
because it's so premium for $300. Like I would have modded that like back then, like in a heartbeat.
And then the screen is bigger too.
Yes, yeah, it is.
What size is that screen?
It's a 19-inch.
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 Real quickly, I wanted to respond to this comment up here. RB1033 says it was a ballsy move to have Twisted review for sure. I don't think it's really a ballsy move. You know, I believe a lot of people. I think what happens is we've gotten comfortable with YouTube reviews being all rosy and peachy.
I gotta say, I gotta agree with the ballsy man, because Chris took a sledgehammer to one of their cabinets. So thank God he didn't do that with Arcade1up. That would have been crazy. I mean, with Killer Instinct, crazy, yeah.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I just think that a lot of reviewers who are there, you have people who are just straightforward and cut the crap, and you'll get honest answers and honest reactions out of them, whereas somebody else may do it because they want to keep a good relationship with the company. And so I think the YouTube community and just reviews in general have just been so accustomed to everything just being so right and positive that they have been kind of scared and kind of shied away from people that may say something that's not the status quo.
Yeah.
Well, here's the reason why the KI didn't get the sledgehammer. Don't just think it didn't get the sledgehammer because it's Killer Instinct, one of my favorite fighting games. If I would have turned it on and it would have been like the, like Super Nintendo quality and it started lagging all over the place, I would have cut the shit on the review and I would have smashed that thing to pieces. I sure would have.
I bet you would, man.
But the reason why I did not is because the emulation is good. I can deal with the controllers. I mean, the controls, you just swap them out and get over it, Right. But the emulation, though, is what I was shocked on. And that's why I didn't get the hammer. It's because of that.
Well, we'll see what you do when you play online.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. So, yeah, we'll see.
Oh, man.
But all in all, I think it's great. Now, like I said in my review, though, would I buy it since I have the originals? No. But if it was the closest thing I could get to the original arcade without getting the original arcade, of course I would have got it because, that was my game. But if you don't like the game, then it might not be worth it for you, if you're not really into a big KI fan or something, you know what I mean? But if you are, I mean, change out the controls. It should be wonderful,
Yeah, I think the controls are good for the casuals. But if you want to be competitive in these games, you gotta upgrade your controls. And the thing is, KI is a hardcore fighting game, so it's kind of hard to get a casual just to play Killer Instincts. So it's it's tough.
And I I got the big blue, okay, just because of I've been watching Revs put your quarters on the glass, matches and stuff. Watch. Yeah, I've seen you play.
I've been in there.
Yeah, and I like it. I like that, right? So that's why I bought the damn big blue, right? So I could play in those matches and act like a fool too. Right. But I haven't done it yet because I need to
cut those promos
first. Because boy, I've been having trouble doing some fireballs and a couple other things.
I need you to cut a Mick Mullet promo against Zohar. That'd be great.
Against Zohar, huh? Yeah, because see, he wants to fight me on there, and it's like, damn, let me get the controls first, because I'm gonna get my ass slapped if I play on it right now. When other people got their controls upgraded and I don't have it.
Practice. Go hit the lab, go do things right, and then cut the promo. Get your upgraded controls, cut the promo, good to go. But they're doing great things over there. Put your quarters. I pretty much started the grudge matches over there and doing the promos. Now everybody's coming out the woodwork.
It's really cool.
Yeah. I see that you're the new guy on the in the talk of the town since you laid the smackdown on that one guy and spanked him.
Oh yeah.
That one guy everybody else seemed to be struggling with.
Obliviate. There's this one dude named Obliviate, and he got
Right.
like 3 accounts on the leaderboard. No, he was the man for the longest. He was #1 the leaderboard. I got 1 match off of him. So I took a snapshot, put it on the Facebook page. Just letting you know, man, there's a new sheriff in town. So that's how I roll. And put your quarters in the glass. I'll always be there every Fridays. That's like a second home to me.
I think it's great.
Do they have the microphones and stuff online that we could talk to your opponent on the?
Yeah, they do the StreamYard thing over there. So they pull everybody in. Everybody talks trash to each other.
It's funny.
Yeah, you got your boy Kong over there. He wants to fight you, man. He wants that rematch of Maul versus Capcom.
You know, I've never in my life seen somebody beg for such a beatdown. You know, I mean,
I bet he won't play Bobby Vu though.
He did. Well, he did play Bobby. He on that Marvel vs.
Did Bobby
Capcom.
beat him?
No, Kong beat Bobby.
Damn, really?
You know what? Maybe I need to post that video. I mean, it is on my YouTube, but I'll just take that 5-minute video and upload it again.
Wow.
Just
I do want to see you guys. I do want to see you guys go at it again. Yeah, Kong or us. Kong is like my rival. Maul versus Capcom. We go back and forth. And I won that stupid award, that free XP award that he did on his show. I think everybody here got an award.
Yeah, I got yeah, even Keo, because I sent you the picture.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what is this guy doing, man? It was funny. The show was funny, but I'll take the backhanded compliment. I'm coming for you, Kong, and you're gonna see this stream. Just know I'm coming for you. And Keo's gonna stay undefeated against you. So so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think I might wear the blindfold next time.
That'd be funny. But yeah, I'll get on there when I update the controls. But
yeah, I think his whole thing was the MVSX, man. It wasn't a legit system. So he wants an official battle of Maul versus Capcom with you, Keo.
Now, do any of y'all have the MVSX deal?
No.
I skipped it because I got the arcade stick. It was the same thing. It's the same 50 games in the arcade stick, and I get to use these little minis. I picked these up. I got the US and the Japan one.
Yeah, I got those. Yeah.
I
got the Christmas version.
Yeah, but this works with the arcade stick. So I'm like, why would I get the MVSX? I'm like, I gotta save space, man. You could do the high-low hack on the arcade stick. So I'm like, there's no reason for me to get it.
Are you talking about the Neo Geo arcade stick?
The big white arcade stick. I got it in the back.
Yeah, I seen that on Amazon. They were on sale, I think, this past week. I almost bought one. But
yeah, it's cool. I like it. I think it's pretty good.
How many games are on it?
It's 50 games. The same 50? Exact games. And then you get to play the Neo Geo minis on them. So you can put it on your TV. So I'm like, and you use the arcade stick. So I'm like, this is way better.
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, look, Zod loves the MVSX. It looks beautiful. It does look like eye candy, but I'm just trying to save space. So I'm like, if you already have the arcade stick, it's kind of hard for me to justify to buy MVSX because the arcade stick has it. We're talking about $500+, and then on top of that, that group that makes it, I think they lost the SNK license. They're not making it anymore. Whatever they named, what's the name of that group? I've done forgot the name. But yeah, the people that make MVSX, they're pretty much out the business. I think they already joined up with iArcade, some of them, something like that. I could be wrong.
Whatever happened to that MVSX? Because everybody was talking about it, then I don't even see it anymore, really, too much.
Oh, you mean like the upgrade stuff or what?
Just the whole unit. I mean, there was a lot of advertisement. I would see the group. I don't even get stuff popping up anymore. I see Bash Gaming. I don't know if is that.
Yeah. He's down with iArcade now. He's making games for them. So he left. I think he left those guys.
Oh, you mean the keep your lawn on mode or whatever guy?
Yeah, Mark. Yeah,
the grumpy guy. I like that guy. He's funny.
Unico, right? Is it called Unico?
Yeah, Unico.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So they're out of business?
From what I understand, they're making some PCB boards. They're doing something else. Like they're going to be making some type of emulation where you can just play a bunch of retro games on it. I don't know. I mean, as far as I know, Zod has a video. That was a great video, by the way, where they really got in Unico's ass. And then Overthink has another video trying to find out who are these guys, and they're all pretty much shady. So the people that represent Unico is like You can't even find him on LinkedIn. So I don't know.
Wow.
So, yeah, I just know that dude Bash Games. He's making a bunch of Bash games for iArcade. I think the tank game, and he's also making like a bowling game for iArcade. So I think that's pretty cool. You got these indie developers making games for that. So
That's
it gives me
very
it,
cool.
it inspires me. If I ever make a game, I throw it on iArcade. It's cool.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. So the IR arcade was pretty good, and then what else did I play on? I think I played on the Ad Games arcade. I mean, that one was pretty decent. So
Speaking of this, and I remember hearing about this. Maybe somebody knows, so I want to bring it up. So I Arcade, right? They only came out with the extra I because I mean, from what I've heard, I don't even know if this is true, but they originally wanted to come out as iArcade, but Apple, with the licensing, they couldn't do like iPhone iArcade, so they added an extra I to it. I don't know if it's true, but it's funny. Even if it's not true, it's just funny.
Apple might own the before anything, the money they got.
Yeah,
who knows?
I mean, if they ever wanted to come out with something, right? iArcade.
Oh yeah, they might even have a license already. It says iArcade with one I. I mean, who knows? iGaming.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll look it up right now since we're on that subject.
Well,
I know you will.
Saying,
you're the most technical friend I know.
Nobody's saying iArcade. Like all these YouTubers are just calling it iArcade. So
yeah, it's hard
just don't let Apple know because they'll send their ninjas against you. You don't be saying iArcade on your streams.
Oh man.
Let's see here. I'm just trying to pull up
something.
What's up,
Footy? I just leave Footy laughed. That's another brother from Put Your Quarters on the Glass.
Let's see. IR Arcade came out, that was last year, right?
Ooh, I think before that, man. It was a CES that they popped up with a white II Arcade.
It might have been 2 years ago before COVID, right?
Yeah, it was definitely before COVID.
Yeah, because it was when Keo went to.
That was CES. That was 2019. They weren't around then.
Yeah,
the first time I saw it was with
that's
Cool
when
Toy.
you walked over there, wasn't it?
No, I never saw him.
You got to ask Cool Toy because Cool Toy, I think he broke that.
It was Cool Toy.
Okay, that had to be 2020 then if it was at CES. So I wasn't at 2020.
Cool Toy, he spotted them and he saw it in white, and it looked pretty cool. But then that never came. In the Kickstarter, it was white, and then they changed it.
Okay, so yeah, it was Cool Toy then. Okay.
All right. I see their first filing date was around March 12, 2020 for II Arcade. I don't see anything for iArcade.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like before. Every channel I go to, everybody's calling it iArcade. But I could have sworn that they had to come out with the extra I because of Apple. I don't know if it's true. I just remember hearing that. It makes sense, and it sounds funny as hell.
It could.
I mean, they probably could. Yeah, they probably could have done that just between themselves, but nothing officially filed with the trademark filing says.
Now they could have thought they could have did the two eyes just because in the future they didn't want to come out with this product and Apple takes their asses away because they could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably
it's funny because they haven't come out and broke it down. Like, what does the I mean? What does it mean? Just tell us what it means. Nobody is intelligent. They're not saying it. They're not saying ice, intelligent ice. I don't know. Who knows?
It's kind of a weird name too, though.
Yeah. Look, my thing is the iArcade. It has a lot of potential. They just need games. They need the licensing. If you don't get the games, you're not going to win the battle. It's just
you say they got good controls. They got massive speakers, good screen. Yeah. They just need the games. That's the only thing that's lacking.
Look. Right now, they got they have a pile of what the fuck games. You dig in the pile, and you can find a gem here or there. Like the only ones we know about, everybody is Double Dragon and Dragon's Lair. After that, you pretty much got to do some soul searching and find the games that you like. I found some good games on it. I did. So I'm happy with what I found so far. But it's just they need bigger names to draw more people in.
Yeah.
True. Very true. Yeah, this is when they first got their registration certificate. Typically filing for a trademark takes anywhere between 9 months right now to a year. So yeah, they got their first official registration just a few months ago.
Damn.
Yeah, but see, if
Yeah.
it was originally filed back March 12th, 2020, when they submitted everything, somewhere around there. So,
Wow. I don't know how you find
Yeah.
that shit. That's crazy.
Well, you know,
USPTO.org. So
they're coming from an angle that they're calling themselves a console, not an arcade. They are looking at it as their PlayStation and Microsoft. We're just a console, so they're coming at it from that angle. And I just find it funny because, like, when I was doing my video series of it should have been an arcade game, it's kind of the same concept. They're looking for console games that play great in an arcade style setup, and that's what it is. Like, if you find these games and they like, oh, this is an old game, but it plays well. Like, it doesn't work all the time, but I mean, Retromania, yes, Keo, I actually bought that crap because it was on sale. I'm a
I
huge
bought it
wrestling
too.
fan.
Right.
Yeah, so I gave it a shot. It's okay, but it's definitely not. It's not WrestleFest, so I'll just stop everybody there. I'm still playing it, but I don't see it ever being as good as WrestleFest. It's just cause, man. I mean, you pick Hogan, you pick Ultimate Warrior. You know that just doesn't compare.
Now I have one question about the I arcade.
You missed an eye. You missed an eye.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to be like Dr. Disrespect because he goes, I, you know. But so since Arcade1up has, like, you know, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and all that, that machine can't ever get those, can they?
As far as I know, man, unless time exclusives.
They probably can. I think it's money.
Yeah, they don't have the money like the arcade.
I mean, think about it. I was just gonna say, Street Fighter was on Genesis and Super Nintendo. It's just a matter of like pulling those strings. If it was possible in the console wars, I don't see why not. But I know John got Capcom on lock, like that whole like they got.
Oh yeah, it's over with that. Yeah.
So I don't see it happening, but is it possible? Of course, it was in the Genesis and the Super NES. I mean,
yeah, money talks though.
But see, Arcade1up is also different too, though. They got their dedicated cabs with the artwork.
Nobody's touching them. They've sold over 2 million cabinets. Everybody else is like struggling to get to 1 million.
Yeah,
like,
I think they're pretty much at this point, unless they do something really stupid, untouchable in the 3/4 scale market. I mean, they already got, just like Apple with phones. You know what I mean?
I think iArcade could take second place. Like, it could take games out, and you could just be good with iArcade, and it's just a good supplement. Because the thing is, iArcade got a bunch of obscured games, so it's like you've been to the arcades before back in the days where you just see a game, it's like, I've never seen this before. That's what iArcade brings to the table. They'll give you those weird games, and it's like, oh, okay, this is cool. So it kind of it goes with the title, with the main games that that Arcade1up has given us. So it kind of fits that thing. You'll get those weird games that you would have bumped into in a pizzeria or a bowling alley. You'll get that from iArcade.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to Arcade1up, do y'all think that they'll ever bring out like a Street Fighter Alpha, Third Strike? I mean, why are we getting all these first? You know, they make 3 or 4 cabs with the same damn Street Fighter.
They need another Big Blue. We're gonna get a Big Blue Part 2, and it's either gonna be Street Fighter 3 or Alpha in there leading it for sure. So I see that happening, but I think they're gonna lay low. I think they're gonna do Mortal Kombat next because it's been too much Street Fighter. It's like it's kind of like
they're supposed to be doing the 30th anniversary Mortal Kombat. It's going to have MK1, MK2. It's going to now have MK3 and then Ultimate.
You know, one thing I got to give props to Arcade1up, and like a lot of people don't say it, is that I know it's Pac-Man, but they like turned them into an Arcade1up mascot. Now, when you think about Pac-Man, you think about Arcade1up. So it's like it was a smart business move that they like shoving it down everybody's throat because you like now you got this mascot for Arcade1up. It's an unofficial mascot, but everybody knows. Like you look at it, like damn, they're gonna come out with another Pac-Man.
Oh yeah,
it's just their thing.
You're gonna milk that. Yeah. One thing I will say, the number one thing that I do not like about Arcade1up at all is ever since they came out, when I was trying to search for real arcade machines on Marketplace or eBay, I'll put arcade in the search, and all the Arcade1ups come up. And I got a filter the shit to try to find the real arcade machine. It's hard now because before they came out, you can go on Marketplace,
True.
type in arcade, all the damn real ones. Now it's like, here's 50 Arcade1ups. There's one real one. And it's like, damn it. I got to spend all day to find a real one, if I'm searching for one.
Oh my God. I think I just ran across something. Hey, what day was that when Arcade1up released Pac-Man? Do you guys remember?
Was it Wave 2? I don't think it was Wave 1.
It wasn't at CES. So
damn it, was it Wave 1?
I'm asking for a reason because I'm gonna show you guys something.
Okay, it was Street Fighter, Rampage.
Oh,
and what was?
And really quick, because I like being transparent with you guys, and
right.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. With the iArcade, I actually opened up a ticket with them day one because I have a dead pixel on the screen. Doesn't bother me for gameplay wise, but if I'm gonna invest money in you, I really don't want a dead pixel because who knows how long that's gonna last. So I'm still enjoying it, but they said they're gonna send me a monitor by the end of the month, so I get to tell you guys how it compares to Arcade1up support because I had to deal with them too. So I think it's pretty cool. So far they're passing. They were quick. They replied to me within an hour. So they just kind of like, as you can see on their websites, they're selling out. So they told me the monitor will come at the end of the month. So I'm just waiting on them. I'll keep you guys posted. But I really don't want to say, oh, it's great. But I got some dead pixels. I'm gonna let you guys know. I actually a second dead pixel popped up. So I'm like, what the hell? I mean, it doesn't bother me gameplay wise, but I'm gonna get a new monitor by the end of the month, and I'll let you guys know.
All right. Well, I want to find out though. When was the first time somebody posted or mentioned that Arcade1up was doing Pac-Man? That came out at the end of what was it? The end of 2019.
Don't ask me. I hate Pac-Man.
It probably was Keo because I got the Partycade Pac-Man, and that was kind of when Pac-Man started coming out.
Okay, because there was no mention of it when I was at E3. That was when Ninja Turtles came out, Punisher, all those cabs, right? That was around that time frame because E3 was around June of 2019.
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna check on my channel right now and see when I posted a review on that Partycade. I think that was 2018.
Okay, I want to show you guys something because this is here. I want to show you guys something really quickly. This is crap. Where's my screen at? This was actually the first mention of Pac-Man with Arcade1up. This was submitted to the USPTO office January 14th, 2019. So this was a few days after I had just left CES. When I did that 2 hour, when I was at the booth and everybody was just really coming into Arcade1up. And if you notice, this is the first time it was mentioned right here in this photograph. Because that's when this specimen was submitted. January 14th, 2019. If one of us had actually even looked, we would have known. Yeah, this is when we would have actually known because we didn't know Pac-Man was coming to Arcade1up at this time. We were focused on Mortal Kombat and obviously Final Fight, Ghosts and Goblins, and then of course a few other cabs. But no, they had it right here. Right there, January 19th or January 14th, 2019. Because that's when Chris, that's when you and I first met when we were talking online.
Yeah.
That's when he broke that's when he took the sledgehammer to Pac-Man.
Someone said Pac-Man was released at the end of 2018, Black Friday. Really?
Hold on.
That makes sense. I remember Black Friday.
Yes, it was because I went and got it for $149.
Okay. All right. Well, then never mind this. Then never mind then.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought
I'm glad somebody proved the expert wrong one time.
That's not that far off. That's like 2 months.
Yeah, of course. But that is right because I went and got the Pac-Man at Walmart on Black Friday, and I think it was
they were saying, "Oh, it's exclusive. It's exclusive."
Or $249.
Yeah, you guys are right. Yeah. I was just trying to think that because I know there was a lot of talk whether or not it was coming out or not, and so that would have been definitive. But yeah, you guys are right. I do remember now that it was mentioned before Black Friday for Pac-Man.
It's too much Pac-Man, man.
But you know what? That might have even been a different Pac-Man model to begin with anyway.
I wish they'd come out with like a $100 Pac-Man, because I'd feel okay smashing another one.
The countercades. You get the countercade, smash that one.
Yeah, but how much are those?
They went on sale for $150 now.
Well, I was almost gonna buy I arcade just to smash it, and that was
wait. Let's go back to the chat. So RB10333 is saying, yeah, Pac-Man was later because Ad Games had the licensing with Pac-Man. So,
oh yeah.
So which one came first? Was it Pac-Man or Mrs. Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man?
It was a regular Pac-Man.
No. Well, he's talking about RB. That was the Miss Pac-Man. They only had the license for Miss Pac-Man, not regular Pac-Man. That's why we didn't get Miss Pac-Man right away. We just started getting Miss Pac-Man, and I think the workaround, from what I've heard, was that the licensing said for coin operated. So that's how Arcade1up went around it. Since it's not coin operated, they were able to give us Miss Pac-Man.
Okay, so yeah, Pac-Man was first, and then Miss Pac-Man came along.
Yeah. Miss Pac-Man just came out like last year.
Okay.
In comparison to Pac-Man.
All right, cool. Never mind. I was just doing some sleuthing here.
Now, how much was Miss Pac-Man when it dropped? Was it $4.99?
It was like $300. All the cabs really up to a point where like $300.
Even Miss Pac-Man was $300.
It was like 300 to 400. Yeah, it's not this wave. This wave, everything's like 700, 800.
Yeah, that was closer to around NBA Jam, which would have been summer last year when the cab went up to like about $4.99 or whatever.
With the Christmas
or $3.99. Yeah.
That's when they introduced the Christmas lights on the.
Yeah, I love those Christmas lights, man.
Oh man.
All right, guys. Well, I got it. I'm sorry. I got to get going for dinner.
Who cares about your dinner? We're going all night, baby. No, I'm just kidding.
You guys are going to go all night?
One more thing, though. One more thing.
You can eat your dinner. You don't even got your screen on.
You could be Dr. Disrespect. He eats on the stream while playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, dude.
Do you think that the Pro line is a real deal?
Which one's the Pro line? Pro line for what?
Arcade1up. Rumors all over YouTube and all this other stuff. Pro line.
I gotta say this right now. I hate building these things at this point. We got so many of them that the Pro line should just come pre-assembled. Just give me the cabinet out the box. That's pro.
Yeah, like the MVSX.
Yeah. I mean, you're paying for the countercades, and these things are already assembled out the box, and so is the partycade. So if you're going to spend $1,000, you better build that for me and give me a soda with a bag of chips.
Now, did you have to build the III arcade?
Yeah, you had to build that, and it wasn't that bad.
It was just like the Arcade1up type shit.
Yeah, they use a locking system, so you're not using those little wooden pegs that the Arcade1up uses. They use like a locking system, so it's easier, and it definitely locks in more secure. But you're still spending the same amount of time. It takes just as long as you make Arcade1up, so it's not.
Yeah, I didn't like building the KI, and then when I bought the Big Blue, I was like, Jesus, I gotta build this one too. Shit.
Yeah, it is intimidating because it's bigger, right? It's just like, damn, man, gotta build this crap. I build them in look, my schedule with work and everything, it's busy as hell. I'm just like, now if I gotta build a cabinet, I'm building it in a series. Like I spend 30 minutes here one day, 30 minutes at night. Maybe tomorrow I'll spend another hour to build the shit. Yeah, it just takes forever, man. I just do it in sections.
Yeah, then make sure you want to check it first before you put it all together.
Yeah. It's like, dude.
Chris, did you do that with Killer Instinct? Did you actually play it first before you fully assembled?
Hell no. See, what I like about building that crap is the risk and excitement, right? You don't ever test anything before you build it. You build the whole thing first. So when you plug it in, your dreams are either shot or you're in love because it works. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, funny story. And anybody in the chat that has an iArcade, I almost caught a heart attack because I thought the iArcade wasn't going to turn on. They have like a weird power system. You have to hold the power button for 2 seconds, right? Let it go. Then you got to wait 10 seconds on top of that till the logo boot up. And then you're good to go. But, dude, I was like, oh, my God, it's not turning on. I was like, I caught a mini heart attack. I was freaking out.
10 seconds? What kind of hard drive do they have in there?
No, you got to hold down the power button for 2 seconds. Then you let it go. And then it takes 10 seconds for the logo to boot up. It says it on the manual. So when I saw that in the manual, I was like, "What the hell is this shit?" I caught a heart attack for nothing.
Yeah, but I'm wondering what kind of specs do they have? Because even with a good SSD hard drive, it should boot up in like 5 seconds.
I mean, look, they got some games that are pushing some really good graphics. Like they got Dead Cell in there, which is on the Switch. They got Dead Space, and it looks like a 360 game. The graphics look just on par with the 360, I would say, or the Switch.
I'd still like to see the specs because from a hardware perspective, you got a good, motherboard, so to speak, and then a good SSD.
I'm not sure if they put the specs out on the site. I do know. I mean, you could do it yourself, but they actually sealed the control panel. If you open that, you break your warranty, which I don't care because, like I mentioned, it's a $300 cabinet, just like the first gen. Nobody cared with Arcade1up modding those. So yeah, I could pop it open one day and tell you.
I bet you it's using a standard rotary hard drive.
Yeah, I don't mind, man. I'll pop that open one day and I'll let you know the specs if we can't find it online by now. But it should be out there. But like I said, it's on par with like the Switch and the Xbox 360, the graphics, because some of those games like Riptide looks really good. So I would say check that out.
I like the fireplace in the background on the Arcade. Yeah, the fire. Yeah. What the hell is that? Everybody had.
No, they're doing this thing.
Saver?
Yeah, that's they show all the games that are on the marketplace. That's supposed to be what's called the track mode. That's their track mode. So they show now it's Christmas, so they put the fireplace and they're trying to get you to buy their games. But it's pretty cool because you get to see, what you could buy. Because like I said, it's a pile of what the fuck games. You don't know what it looks like. So I'd be like, all right.
I know after seeing Zohar's video of it, like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I mean, Retromania looks pretty good, and it runs flawless there. I mean, even though I don't care for half those wrestlers, I still call it Jobber Mania. It's a bunch of jobbers, if you ask me. The only people that are really legit are the Legion of Dooms, and pretty much it. Everybody else, that's just how I feel. I know some people are diehard with Retromania. But yeah, I mean, this was a steal, man. For $300, all the other cabs is like $600. I was like, I'd rather.
I agree. That was a steal for that $300.
Yeah, because the Double Dragon. If I had a choice, I'd pick the Double Dragon. But for $600, not worth it.
Yeah, you're paying $300 for that sticker at that point because it's basically all the same machine, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing. They have a 64 gigabyte and 128 gigabyte model. But the thing is, they've already said that the whole library, they have about close to 300 games. The whole library can fit in the 64 gig. You really don't need the 128 right now. And you could always uninstall the games anyway. Or pop it open, which I plan to do eventually. Pop it open and just upgrade it yourself. And you probably save a lot more money.
Could you imagine if they put all those different graphic machines, the iArcade, all on $299? They would all be sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any specs on the iArcade at all. I guess it's still locked down.
Another thing I think that rumors has it is like CES. They're gonna come strong, and I think they're gonna introduce the wheel and other peripherals you can buy for the iArcade. Those are rumors. I don't know if it's a fact, but that's pretty cool. Trackball, they can do that, and you can switch out the panel. That'd be awesome.
Sweet.
So let's see if they do that. They just need the games, man. They need better licensing to really put up a fight. But the marketplace is really nice. I downloaded the app on the phone, so you got the marketplace on the phone, and you could install. You push the apps, or you can uninstall. You can see exactly everything that's on your system with your phone. You can uninstall the games. You buy the game and you install it, and it'll just push it automatically to the cab. Another thing that's pretty sweet is that it has Bluetooth. So you got jukebox mode, which if you want to just put some music on, I like putting like arcade music because in the arcade room, so you hear all types of arcade music going off with the jukebox. The thing is loud as hell. And on top of that, it has Bluetooth support, which is something Arcade1up should do. Not just putting in the jack, the 3.5 jack. Give us Bluetooth support so you can have your Bluetooth headset while you're gaming.
Yeah, some more expandable options to make it more attractive.
Yeah, we're gonna have to upgrade the speakers though. Yeah, you're trying to jam some fire, It's gonna blow out those Arcade1up speakers, though. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm talking about the 3.5 jack. It's like in the middle of the control panel for the big blue. That's bad.
Oh yeah.
Like you definitely for me, I'm gonna get like a Bluetooth dongle and just put it in there so it doesn't go over my buttons. But that sucks.
I get what you're saying. Make it wireless.
Yeah.
Instead of plug it. I get it.
Well, you could do it with a dongle. You could buy a Bluetooth dongle. They sell them on Amazon and then use your Bluetooth. But with the iArcade, you don't got to do all that. That's a step you don't have to do. So it's just more proof that it's premium.
I never noticed that. Yeah, but that is a weird place that they have it.
Keo's eating right now. He's just not saying.
No, I'm not eating. No. I'm sitting here. I found the specs for the iArcade, but I don't see the drive specs. So it's 1.8 gigahertz hexa-core processor, 800 megahertz max quad-core GPU, 4 gigabytes of dual-channel RAM, but I don't see the storage drive solution.
So
that sounds faster than your PC, right?
How does that compare to Arcade1up, in your opinion?
Oh, well, shoot, this is a heck of a lot better than an Arcade1up.
Exactly, Keo. I'm telling you, man. Just jump on board. They're saying that sometime next year. They're not giving us when. They're not telling us when, but they just had an announcement that all the iArcade games are about to go online. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
wow.
So as far as their system specs, they could do a whole lot more than compared to what a one-up can do.
If iArcade goes online, Rev, put your quarters on the glass, they're going to put all the fighting games up there. That's going to be pretty sweet. I just hope they don't charge. Ad games be charging to. So I hope they don't try to charge for that service. That would suck if they do.
Yeah, true. All right, fellas. Well, I got to get going, but it's been nice having you guys on tonight. Can
you at least tell us what you're going to eat, man?
I have no idea. Oh, we got some chicken, and I think we got steamed vegetables, and I think some type of potatoes. I think that's what we're going to have tonight.
Sounds good, man.
What time is it on your side, Keo?
It's 8:30.
Oh yeah, it's 10:30 here.
I got 11:30 Eastern time over here.
Oh my gosh!
So we got the whole world covered, man. Different time zones. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, we should do this again sometime. I know it took us a year to do this first one, but we should do it more.
Good things come to those who wait, man.
Right.
Cool. That's fun.
Yeah, we definitely had to give your little friend over there some content so he can make some new stuff on. Chris.
Oh my God! Did I send y'all the link that he on? What is it? Christmas Eve? He's dropping another video.
Yeah.
What's it say? No. It says Twisted Gaming is a fake or something. I mean,
you need to send that guy a T-shirt.
Yeah, send him a shirt, man. Give him a hug or something. You got stand. You have a stand for a subscriber, man.
Right.
Soon he's gonna have 20 videos about my ass. It's like, really, dude? You're gonna have your whole YouTube, a Twisted Gaming tube, or what?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, he's lost his mind. I can't wait to see it though. Christmas Eve, be sure to watch that crap because I don't know what he got up his sleeve now.
All right, everybody. You guys all have a good night. We'll catch you later.
All right. See y'all later.
Later.